What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Queenski, and I am here today with my main man, Mr. Toadski, and we are going to walk you through one of our matches for Dofi versus Kid.
You've been wanting to do that intro for so long.
I was really nervous.
You finally did it.
I did. I was really nervous.
So as Carissa said, we have a match between us two where she's on Kid and I'm playing Dofi, our two main decks. And yeah, it actually kind of went interestingly. We don't really want to spoil the match. We want to see how it goes, obviously.
Yeah, because we don't want everyone to know that you cheated.
Right. Apparently, I cheated in this match.
He just edited it.
Edited it. Yeah. Apparently, anytime I win, it's because I cheat in some fashion.
But you legitimately, there was no takesies backsies, and you
Oh
takesies
my
backsies.
god. Anyways, let's see how this game started. So I started off pretty poorly because I actually get the Alvida, and this is the first time you'd even see me play Alvida, and you're just like, nope, we don't want to deal with that.
Nope.
So you play Cat Viper.
So I just rested it and attacked it. Keep your board clear.
Yeah, which is understandable. Make sure, because I mean, that's the big thing with Dofi. Dofi's trying to control the board, and if you control my board, then I can't control your board.
Exactly.
So I can't remember exactly what I had in this situation, but I started off really poorly. I didn't draw the Perona.
Kumas.
Yeah, I didn't draw the Perona, didn't draw the Dofi, so I had a pretty bad starting hand, so I kind of had to do some really obscure plays. Something the Kuma was probably one of my best bets here. What do you do here on this turn? You summon the Okiku soon, I'm pretty sure.
You mean the Ezo?
No, the Okiku. I'm pretty sure you summon an Okiku, or maybe there was a different game. I'm pretty sure you do summon the Okiku at some point. But yeah, definitely Okiku against the Dofi deck is really, really good. But you have 5 Don here. You took a long time, so I had to skip ahead.
Sorry, I like to take my time when I'm thinking, because there's a lot of potential, especially early on. You don't have a lot of Don, so you really need to make sure that you utilize what you have to the best of your ability.
So you just swing at 6, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not using it to
And that was what, I think that was an Alvida you picked up?
Yeah, got an Alvida, which is nice. Save that for later. Resting, was that 3 or 4?
You're right, that is the Okiku.
Yeah, so that's a problem card for me. Resting my blockers and stuff.
Yeah, because Okiku rests on attack with 1 Don, rest 5 cost or less.
Yeah, it's a very
So it's a very good way to get around blockers, like a Kuma or a Boa.
Yeah, Boa's the big one for sure.
Boa's the one that I hate to see.
Yeah. It's my value engine, so...
So you skip ahead for my turns, but yours...
I didn't take that long. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you did.
Pretty sure I attacked for 7. Because I'm not going to use this effect because I don't know what's on top. And I think I used these 4 Don to bounce your Okiku back to hand with a Teach. I mean, considering my hand basically had nothing, it was actually the best play that I had. Because I wanted to make sure I could at least use the Kuma if I needed to block with it. Kuma's also really good because you could use it as an offensive card too. It has 5k stat line, so if you do need to attack with it, it's pretty decent.
And you've got that on KO effect where you can bring out a Pacifista if you've got one in your hand.
If you got one.
Which can be annoying because that's a 6k.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 6k vanilla. But
there is another Pacifista that people run, the blocker Pacifista.
Yeah.
It's fine, but I feel like having the 6k power definitely helps Dofi because he's not very good offensively unless if you waste like a whole turn summoning a Dofi or a Virgo or a Mihawk, so having to get a 6k attacker on board is kind of nice. So you just swing in here.
Yeah, I can't remember. I definitely showed my cards better, and I think you cropped me out. Oh, I remember this play.
Oh, yeah. Summoning the 7 cost versus Dofi isn't always the wisest decision.
For the record, I only run 1 7 cost kid in my deck. And I don't usually play it very often.
So I only have 8 Don here, so I can't summon Mihawk.
No.
I can't remember what I do. Do I summon a Dofi?
You
Yeah. Yeah. Start filtering, and then if I want to, I can use Dofi's effect to summon whatever I search. I can't remember exactly how I stack the deck in this instance.
Is this where you bring out a Boa?
Potentially, yeah. I'm pretty sure you just kill the Boa instantly as soon as I summon it.
Yeah, I like to do that, because Boa just has too much draw power.
I think I might have had a Love Beam in my hand, so I was like trying to use 3 Don for Dofi's ability, leave 2 up. That would make the most sense. Yep, swing for 7 at life. Yeah, that was the Boa. You were right.
Yeah.
So, this is an interesting position because I really don't want you to summon that 8 cost. Against Dofi, if you summon that 8 cost and you're able to defend it for like 1 to 2 to 3 turns, it's just straight up over. So my game plan with DOFLAMINGO against Kid is to make sure that I can get a Mihawk, a Virgo, or a Mihawk up ASAP. If I'm able to get one up before you put the 8-cost kit, it kind of deters you from putting the kit up a little bit.
Yeah, because it's pointless, in my opinion, it's pointless for me to drop the 8-cost kid if you've already got something on the field that can get around it.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
unless if you have the kit up with a bunch of blockers, then it's
a little bit different.
Yeah.
But it's still not worth it unless you're only summoning kid as attack power. In all honesty. I mean, because it's still a pretty high attack.
Yeah.
It still requires your opponent to attack him for at least one time to kind of save you that hit. So
you're going, I think you're 8 at Boa, and I decided to block it to see if I could save it, so I could get some draw power. But I think you just swing with your leader.
No, because you still have Kuma. I think, did I 5-cost Drake it?
Oh, yeah, I think you did Drake it.
I think I 5-cost Draked it.
I think I 2k counter this with Alvida. Yeah. Just trying to say, at this point, I think, yes, I've got my Boa for next turn. And then...
I have 5 Don left, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I think I X-Drake it.
Yeah. That makes sense. So even after all that defending, you're like, nope,
yeah,
get out of here.
So I got rid of your blockers.
Though to be honest, would have been a better play to just summon Drake to KO the Boa, or like swing at my life and then KO the Boa? Because if you know you could kill it anyway.
Yeah.
That's probably what you should have done.
That's probably what I should have done there. Either way, the goal is to get you to use your blockers or your life. And I know that Boa to you is pretty good because of all the draw power she gives.
Yeah.
So, and look at that 7-cost kit ability.
But now I have all 10 Don.
Yep, and this is where my life
So I wanted to do some swinging, but I know that if I swung, you're going to block with him. So I wanted to get him off the field ASAP.
Yeah, so you put him to the bottom of my deck.
At least you didn't use Bonnie's effect, so it's hard for me to KO characters that are still standing. Bouncing or setting them to the bottom of the deck is as good as it gets for me. So swing 5 at life. You did counter there with something.
It looks like it's an Raizo.
Yeah, it looks like a Raizo, and I just summon. That's one of the best plays. If you can have the 10 Don to summon the Mihawk plus the Law, that's probably the best play you got. Depending on what blue has, you could use Desert Sparta or whatever you got. But now we get to the 10 Don turn of the green. Let's see what you have in store for us here today. So 3 life apiece. It's still pretty close, but you definitely lacking a little bit in board presence. Your only big swinger is that Drake.
Yeah.
You do have the Bonnie search, which is nice at least. They can get you started, which is it looks like what you're going to do. Yeah. So at this point, what would be a card that could help you get around this? What would you want to see here?
Honestly,
So
the issue here is your blockers, and then I need something to get around the Mihawk. Now, the Mihawk isn't going to be too much of an issue because I can swing twice with my leader ability. I just have to invest the Don into him. Obviously, it takes me a really long time to decide what to do. But I can't go for your life as long as you've got those blockers. And that Mihawk, I don't have any blockers on my board.
I mean, you can go for life.
But
I would waste the blockers, yeah. That's a good way to get rid of my blockers, I suppose.
Yeah, but I have no blockers of my own.
Yeah. So you swung 5 at life.
That's part of my issue.
And I had an extra bow in my hand. Definitely, like, it feels bad summoning bow for 4. Like, it definitely feels a lot better when you summon it off of the leader ability. But that's why I just counted out of it, because I had some other valuable cards I wanted to keep in my hand. So you bounced the Cat Viper summoning the Kiku. That's a really good play.
Yeah, that's what I needed to do, because you've got...
Yeah, Kiku will help you.
I can rest your Teach, I can rest everything on there except for your Mihawk. But I'm pretty sure you just get rid of my Kiku.
I think I have another Teach in hand, and I bounce the Kiku again. Because I know if that sticks on board, when it comes back to you, that is going to be really bad for me. So that was my number 1 priority. Obviously, Law is annoying, and I know that Drake can put in a lot of good work for you.
That Drake is my favorite card. I feel like it is so underrated, because that card gives plus 1,000 power to your leader and any supernova. Mm-hmm. So Kid being a supernova gets the plus 1k, so that puts him at 6k. He only requires 1 Don when attacking to get that ability off.
Yep.
And then that would give not only himself +1k plus the 1 Don, thus making him 7 instead of 5k attack, but Law would have 7k attack if I wanted to attack with
It just lets you be a little bit more Don efficient.
Yeah, it just gives you that little bit of extra power that would require your opponent to counter out higher. Mm-hmm. So it's a good way to. I feel like it's a good way to get your.
Not a lot of people use it,
and I don't understand why. I mean, he's 4 cost, 5k. Again, with his ability and one dom, like needing 1 dom, that puts him up to 7k for 4 cost. Mm-hmm. I feel like that is, and he does have a 1k counter on him, so he's searchable with Bonnie.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, we've missed a lot of this turn. So I used Teach to swing at your
Kiku.
No. I had one on field already. I used it to kill the Bonnie, but you decided not to keep it, even though you had Law. But I could kill the Law because I did have the Mihawk, which kind of makes sense. And then I did have the Teach again to bounce the other Akiku, which is not good for you, unfortunately.
No, especially because like.
So you blocked the 5k.
Yeah, I blocked the 5k.
And I think that was a mistake because.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I should not have blocked there. I should have saved that blocker.
You used 2Ks to save him. To save the Law.
Yeah.
Which is, that's a big investment for that Law to keep him. But that was a tough situation. Yeah, this is a pretty daunting task to get around.
Well, you couldn't use that Moria or the Teach at the end.
Correct.
And you want to keep your 2 blockers. So I think I blocked with him knowing that you were out of Dawn pretty much, and the only threat I had left was that Mihawk. But yeah, I should not have blocked. I should have taken that hit.
And I have 2 done up for the Love Beam. This is the turn where you think I cheated.
This is where Todd cheats.
Oh yeah, it's where I cheat apparently.
Yeah, this is where Todd cheats. I don't know how he edited it to
So you swung. What did you do here? You
played
Cat
Cat
Viper.
Vipered.
You're right, to rest the Law. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you already attached the Don to Drake. Drake's a big problem. He hits hard. I can't remember who you swing with first. I think you might attach some Don to your leader. No, you probably want to swing with Drake first. I always swing with
Drake first because he has to be rested to get his ability.
So you're swinging 7 at life. Or Law, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. Get rid of the Law so I don't have it for the turn after.
Yeah.
And now all the Supernovas gain 1,000 power, including the leader. So less Don has to be attached to hit the numbers you want to hit. So I think here you want to hit that Mihawk. You want to get him off the field. If he leaves the field for me, I'm in a bit of trouble.
And that's what I tried to do, and then you cheated.
Well, I had the Love Beam anyway, which I used. I used the Love Beam to protect the Mihawk.
And then you countered, discarded, and drew, and then took it back.
Okay, so I blocked with the Kuma for the first attack. You do opt to use his ability. You leave 1 Don up. I think, do you have a Waterfall in hand? You must, right? There's no way you'd leave 1 up for no other reason.
I started with a Paradise Waterfall in hand. See, this is where you cheated.
I loved to protect my Mihawk, right?
Yeah.
That's it. How's that cheating?
No.
Oh my god. So, Mihawk is done.
No, you edited that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also 1k countered.
Yeah, but I didn't need to 1k counter, so I took back the 1k counter.
So you took it out of your trash pile.
The Love Beam already protected the Mihawk, and then I mistakenly used another 1k counter for no reason. So I took back the 1k counter.
Yeah, so you added that 1k counter back to your hand, thus cheating.
Oh my god.
Anyways, back to my game that you now have rigged in your favor.
So that 1 card that I drew off Love Beam ended up being a Perona, which is something really, really good for me here, because I can see
because he's a cheater.
Because I can see the top of the deck. And I think
is that the first Perona you got this game?
Yes.
God.
The only other top deck card I got was a blocker Dofi, which is why I knew that there was a Perona on the way, and there is a Pacifista as well. I wanted to keep the Kuma on board as long as possible so I could potentially draw that Pacifista, but that never ended up happening.
No.
So I did have another blocker Dofi in hand, which is actually kind of nice. I can't remember. I assume I stacked something to the top here so I can use Dofi's leader ability. That makes the most sense. I could see I stacked my Don in a certain way, so I had 3 segmented for his ability. So I think, 7 at Drake. I'm trying to get rid of that Drake so you lose a bit of power. Trying to control that board. Summon a Teach. Don't use his effect because I don't want you to have another on-play effect with your Neko. So yeah, it's the 7 at Drake, so you need to counter quite a bit here. So I think you waterfall to restand.
Yeah, I think I Paradise Waterfall and restand.
Plus a counter of some kind.
It looks like...
I can't tell. It's a 1-cost card. I can't tell what that is. Either way, you protected your Drake,
probably
which is good.
a Momo.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, you're right. So I have 4 Don here. I can't remember what... I think I got rid of the Blackbeard for something.
You put up another blocker.
Yeah. So I think I have the Pacifista in hand at this point from my draw for the turn. And I know that if I block with Kuma, I should be able to get a Pacifista on board. But now I have no rested characters. Well, you're moving on to your turn, so the only thing you can really do here is swing at life. But you do have all active Don, so you have a lot of options here. But you know that whatever you do during this turn, I'll be able to
top
counter
decking
back at this point. Yeah, you don't have a lot of cards in your hand at this point, I'm pretty sure. Bonnie's a very nice card to have. I think you bounced it earlier. Oh no, I killed the Bonnie earlier. You must have drew another one. Hawkins is a big problem card for most decks to deal with, honestly. It's funny because when Green was first kicking off, when the card game first came out, people saw Hawkins, they thought he was good, but no one was really playing him. But it's more of a recent addition into decks for Hawkins.
that re-stand on attack to your opponent's character, which, by the way, a blocker does count as attacking an opponent character. So that just... It's so good because you can either re-stand him for a second attack, or you can just re-stand him so your opponent doesn't attack him.
Exactly.
So
it's the best way to use him is to just poke at the opponent, and then he just gets re-stand. So you just get free pokes, and your opponent can't deal with it. The problem is that, again, it's red. Red has a good time dealing with it. They can just jet pistol it or, whatever they want. But
what do I have in my hand that I'm not spending my Don for?
So I'm going down pretty low on life here. It would have been, so if we go back to earlier turns where you had that opportunity to swing at life and then play the Drake to kill the Boa, would have helped out a lot in this case here.
Yeah.
I would have been in a lot of trouble.
I wish I could see my hand. I feel like I had a Law or a Drake that I could have played, and that's why I was trying to get the Boa off the board to play my Law versus the Drake.
Maybe.
That could have been what it was.
Just attaching to swing at life. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
But you definitely want to keep that Law active. And then you play the Hawkins, right? You get rid of the cat. Yeah. Play the Hawkins. That's going to be a problem for me. I can't remember. Do I play another Mihawk to bounce it? I can't remember.
You just ruined my whole life here.
I can't remember exactly what I do in this turn, but we're getting towards the end of the game. So this is where things get kind of spicy. 3 life to 1, looking kind of grim. But a lot of rested characters on your field that I can deal with. Mm-hmm. So I think I have the plan to just get rid of the Moria here. So I'm just going to swing with it and just see what you do. Are you going to protect the... See, here, I can understand a lot of different ways to go about it. You could block, but then I can kill the blocker, and then you got nothing else to block anything else.
That was the other issue that I had during this game, is I did not see Capones.
True.
I did not see killers.
No.
I did not see blockers.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
It was hard for me to swing at life while you have a full board, and for me to not be nervous about it.
Exactly. That does not help. So I can't remember if you saved... I think you did save it with a counter in hand. Yeah. And then I'm going to swing at the Bonnie. Yeah. There's no way you save that at this point of the game. But you got a free search out of it, which is nice. Bonnie's just a good card. Just staple card. These Supernova cards are just so strong. Just swinging, trying to get rid of some cards.
You swing at Drake?
I don't know why I swung at that. I probably should have swung at the other one. I think I was scared of the power because he has 6k power. So I think I wanted to lower your power on the field.
I think I'm top decking.
Yeah, I think at this point you don't have a lot going for you.
So I think that's why you went for it, was because I didn't have many cards in hand.
I added another 1-cost blocker. That makes sense. So I only have the Dofi on field as a blocker. I definitely get rid of one of the Morias to summon that, and then I have how much Don left? I've got 6 Don active right now. I think I still might have a Love in hand.
I think you summoned a Boa.
Okay, 6 of Drake. Do I summon another Boa? I can't remember.
I think you summoned your 1-cost blocker and a Boa.
Yeah, or another Kuma. One of the two.
Yeah.
Just to add another blocker on the field. But yeah, Mori's getting kicked to the curb for that Law, that's for sure. So you just go and block that. I don't think... Yeah, you have no counters in hand. So you would have counted to save that. And I still have the Mihawk swing. which I definitely get rid of the Drake. Yeah. So that leaves you just with Hawkins. There's no way you can defend that at this point. So now you got Hawkins and Kid. So technically you have 4 swings.
Yeah, but I think you end up putting...
the blockers.
You put up 2 more blockers, and that's where the issue comes into play.
What am I doing?
Or do you have another Dofi, maybe?
No, I don't remember what I play. Do I just pass? There's no way I pass. Do I have another 1-cost law? Oh, Perona. Oh, that's right. Yep. I Perona here. And the reason why I did that is because I know you have Hawkins, and Hawkins could just swing into Pacifista and swing into Mihawk. So my idea was, you have to swing into Mihawk, so you have to invest a lot of Don into Hawkins. So that means that Kid won't have as much Don. And then I know I have a Love Beam in hand to save Mihawk. I don't remember in terms of the counters that I have in my hand, but I know that at this point, like, if I survive this turn, I'm pretty sure I can kill.
Over.
Yeah. So yeah, it's unfortunate at this point, because yeah, you did not see any of those blockers, which didn't help.
No.
Yeah.
And then you're cheating with giving yourself that 1-cost counter to hand.
Oh my god.
So that didn't help either. But it is what it is.
And we're definitely going to have some more gameplay videos hitting the channel.
We do have one other match recorded.
Mm-hmm. And especially when set 2 comes out, we'll hopefully play some games with some of those decks too.
Yeah, we'll get better at recording the cards in our hands just so we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because I think this is where I take an L, because you draw one here.
And I do not run any of the 1-cost event cards, so at this point I just got 1 active Don for no reason. So he's restanded. I'm pretty sure you just swing again. Or do you swing at life this time? That was at Mihawk, yeah, and I 2k counted out of it.
It makes no sense for me to swing at life. No matter what I do, you're going to end up either blocking it or...
And at this point, I actually didn't have a lot of counters in my hand, but when I played the Perona to get rid of the rested Pacifista, I did actually find a 2k counter, which I knew that I could draw off of Love, which helped out a lot versus that Hawkins matchup. And then... I'm pretty sure I just take this life, actually, just to get a free card in hand. But at this point, I don't think you have much in hand. I think you might have 1 card in your hand, or you might have discarded it for the Kid ability. Mm-hmm. But at this point, all I know is you're going to get those 3 cards from life, so I got to make sure that I can do enough damage that you can't counter out of it.
And I'm pretty sure my life cards were trash.
Yeah, I think you only got 1 counter card. I think one of your Capones was in your life.
Yeah.
And I think you got a law out of it, and a counter card of some kind. I think it was maybe an Apu. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for our first gameplay video. We'll see how things go in the future, and
let us know what you think.
Yeah, we'll try and get some more gameplay videos up for you guys. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.